So today, I kind of want to do a sort of commentary type video over some Battlefield 1 gameplay I have managed to gather over the past few days of playing it. It's really good at the moment. It's actually ended though, so I'm upset. But I want to talk about what I find good and bad about the game. There's a lot of really good stuff that makes it really stand out from the other games, but I also have some beef with it. Some parts aren't so great. I suppose that I'll just get the bad stuff out of the way. There's not that much of it. Starting off with the skipping revive button. So the medics can't actually revive anyone because everyone's pretty much just skipping the revive because they want to get back into the action super quick. But it still says that they can be revived on the medic screen, so it's like sort of counterintuitive. It just doesn't really work very well. The map, it doesn't really feel like a World War 1 map, I must say. A desert, I don't know what they were thinking giving this one when there was that nice village one that suited the era a lot better. I mean, I never heard of like people on horseback during World War 1. I was always taught about the trenches and everything. But yeah, apart from that, it's pretty good. I do like the map, Cyanide Desert, I'm pretty sure it's called. But I don't know if it really fits in with the style of World War 1. Finally, just general bugs and like glitchy movement, I want to call it. Because you'll see in the video, mostly on rocks, when you climb up rocks it just glitches you backwards. People say it's been in other Battlefield games, but I don't remember having that problem at all, so I think it might just be something with like the wonky ground and stuff making it even worse. But I just feel like whenever I want to climb up somewhere it always just pushes me backwards, especially on the rocks, and you'll see that in the video at some point. There's 4 main classes: Medic, Assault, Support, and Scout, obviously. The most used one. They're all pretty good apart from the Support one in my opinion. There's not really much incentive to play with them, as the other classes all have this like outstanding feature type of thing. So, like for example, the Medic you can heal yourself, revive your teammates and your friends. With Scout you can camp on some tower and snipe everyone with the long range weapon. The Assault you have that close range advantage with the high fire rate, but with the LMG it sort of just like gives you a low fire rate weapon that you can bipod with. It feels like the only thing you can do with it is suppress people, which is okay I guess, and the special ability type of thing, that's not really called a special ability, but their abilities like to give ammo and stuff, I mean, as great as that is, not many people do that, so I mean, I didn't play with it that much, so I didn't give it much of a chance, but the rest of the classes were great. This is the Russian 1895, I believe. Don't quote me on that, because it might be wrong, but it is one of the earlier snipers that you unlock, or can unlock. Right there was a clip of me using the K rounds. They're pretty much anti-tank rounds. They don't do massive amount of damage, but if you have like 3 or 4 guys just unloading into a tank with them, it's not going to last very long.
We have lost objective George.
But in this clip, I decided to settle down in the rocks overlooking the enemy spawn point, and it actually takes them a while to figure out where you are. This is partly due to the removal of audio spotting, and it just lets you go on massive kill streaks because they just never know where you are. If you didn't know what audio spotting was, it's where if you shoot or make a significant amount of noise with your gun, it pops up on the enemy's map and tells them exactly where you are for a few seconds. But in this game they have removed it, so you don't have to worry as much about shooting and having the enemies know exactly where you are, which is pretty good in my opinion, because it makes it feel a lot more immersive, and you don't have to look at the minimap as much and everything like that anymore, because you actually have to use like your own sensors and stuff to find out where the enemies are shooting you from, instead of just looking down at the minimap after they shoot once and knowing exactly where they are. A really nice change in my opinion. Whilst we're talking about awareness, I thought I would bring up the topic of footsteps. Unless you're inside a house, they are extremely difficult to hear. I have quite a good headset with like 7.1 surround sound, but I just can't for the life of me hear anyone around me unless I'm inside a building, because for some reason when you're in a building all the footsteps are like the same volume level and all the other sounds are like reduced, so all the gunshots and stuff will be really quiet whilst the footsteps will stay the same volume. So it's really easy to hear people whilst you're inside a building, but it's not that way whilst you're like out in the desert. Like you could have someone follow you for like 1,000 meters or something and you just never know unless you turned around. Which I would recommend doing every so often. When I watched the trailer for Battlefield 1 and I saw the horses for the first time, I thought, what the bloody hell are DICE thinking? But it's actually really fun. I'm really glad we're in. It's so much fun just riding your horse around the desert, slicing people up that are camping on the sand dunes. Like, oh, it's so overpowered as well. But sometimes I'm not too sure whether I'm killing them with the sword or actually riding my horse into them, because that's what it feels like sometimes. The next thing I wanted to talk about was the melee combat. To say the least, it's different, sometimes good, sometimes bad, depends on how you look at it. Really satisfying, for sure. The crunch you hear when you whack someone over the head with the bat, or whatever it's called. I think it's bat. But it's definitely very satisfying. 2-hit kill if they're on full health though, if you attack them from the front, but then you can do the 1-hit takedowns when you're behind them. The thing I wanted to talk about mainly was the bayonet charges, because they're weird. Sometimes they work really well, lock on to the enemy target great, and they're like, just like you don't even need to do anything, it's like a free kill. But sometimes they just seem to run past the enemy, which is quite, you'll see a clip later when I was using the shotgun, but there was a guy in the doorway and I ran straight past him, and it just was not a good day. So this is the assault class. It's pretty much just the submachine gun class. You get some explosives as well for tanks and whatnot, and it is dominant at close range, to say the least. I mean, these 3 guys didn't even stand a chance, because I'm pretty sure they were packing like rifles and stuff, and it didn't go well for them. And this bit was quite funny. He was so close to killing me, 1 shot away, and picked up the flamethrower guy just before he could kill me and torched him and the horse in that little confined room. But yeah, that's like quite funny. I was kind of shocked I actually survived that when I was playing. And this guy actually nearly takes me out. Combination of that head hit and set myself on fire. Yeah, was not a good combination. So I had to camp out in the corner till I regain some health. But the flamethrower guy is really powerful. Like, once you get set on fire, there's literally no surviving. It takes you out in seconds. Like, it is the best close range weapon in this game for sure. You also get some more armor with it, so you can take a lot more shots. And you don't have to worry about snipers as much, because I don't even think a headshot kills whilst you got this body armor on, and the gas mask and whatnot. But these guys were lucky, I think. They were just out of my range. I hit them quite a bit though, but they retreated and ran off. We also got the gas grenades. Oh no, that's an incendiary grenade. My mistake. But yeah, that was a headshot, I think, because you could hear the noise from it ricocheting off the helmet. I only did like 20 damage, so that's actually really, really effective when you pick these things up. These guys just stand no chance. But yeah, only 1 person in the game can actually pick these up, otherwise it'd be quite overpowered, I think. Yeah. Actually end up dying here in a second due to whenever you click, it takes a few seconds for all the flames to actually start firing. So it's like he managed to get quite a few shots off on me, but ended up getting a revenge kill, Martyrdom flamethrower style, you know. It's actually the best way to deal with all the heavy guys. So the heavy LMG guy, the tank hunter, and the flamethrower dude. Actually, just like instead of trying to shoot them, everyone runs away. But when in reality, you just gotta charge at them with the bayonet. If there was 3 or 4 guys doing that, you could take them out instantly, because it's a one bayonet kill. It's really effective against some heavy guys. But yeah, this is the Automatica M1918. I hope I said that right. I'm not too sure. But yeah, first, like when you first look at the gun, you'd think the magazine on the top is quite intrusive, but it's actually really not. Considering most of the time you just hip fire it anyway, because it's like it's so accurate. It's like it's not even much point in using the iron sights. You see most of the kills I just do the no scope, and it just works out great for me most of the time. But yeah, the fire rate and stuff on this gun is just super high, and there's literally no surviving when you're in close combat. You go on some really nice kill streaks, but I have found it to be slightly slower sometimes than actually the sniper class. Like, these are the grenades you get with the assault class. Take out that tank. I think I only disable her, yeah. But I do find it slightly slower sometimes than the sniper class and just other classes in general, because you'll see a few times I'm running around fast forwarding because I just can't find anyone. But this is the shotgun, possibly the best gun in the game. I only played this on the last day with the shotgun, and oh, it was so amazing. I just want to play with it some more. It was like, I was really surprised as to how good it actually was. It was like, the first time using it was just then, and just getting 2 kills straight away. But then, the range on this thing is actually insane. You'll see in a minute, some guy down by the F flag, and I just absolutely snipe him with the shotgun. Like, that's insane. I don't even feel at a disadvantage when I use the shotgun. That's the crazy bit. So in the background, you can see the dynamic weather. Pretty much each game plays differently because of it. So in this case it was foggy. I have had some weird bugs and glitches with it. So it's been sunny for me sometimes, and then when I was playing with my friend, he had a sandstorm. So he was at a bit of a disadvantage. So that was quite surprising to see, to be honest. But how did that bayonet not kill that guy? He was halfway through the animation to kill me with the bayonet. Just shotgunned him. But yeah, the dynamic weather, it's really good. There's lots of different ones. Sunny, foggy. It's like a different game every time. So you never know what you're going to get. Just a quick reference to performance. I have a GTX 970 and an i7 6700, and I consistently get above 60 FPS. Often it hangs around the 80 mark, and that's whilst recording, bear in mind. So whilst I'm not recording, I'll probably get 5 or 10 more frames. So it runs really good, and even less powerful systems should be able to handle it relatively well. But anyway, looks like we're out of time. Really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed the beta as well. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of it. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you want to. And I'll see you in the next video. See ya.